Hey everyone, this is Sean from Malartu, and let's talk about the SaaS KPI dashboard. So first thing you're going to do is connect Stripe and then fire that SaaS KPI template, and you will arrive on a page that looks something like this. So I've got a demo Stripe account set up here with some demo data we can run through. A couple things to go through. We'll just kind of run down this board here real quick. So top section, we're going to talk about MRR. So the recurring revenue, we're going to take out any one-time fees and just look at those recurring charges. So this number should be your MRR as of this board building. You got your subscriber count, average revenue per account, how that's grown over time. Plan breakdowns, so seeing where you're actually making your money. We're going to look at MRR movements, so churn, contraction, expansion, new business. More on MRR movements, and you can actually drill down and see which plans are making up those movements. And then we've got a list of KPIs here. So looking at the run rate, which is going to be your recurring revenue multiplied by 12, so annualized. Customer churn rate, that's on a monthly basis. Net MRR churn rate, so that's going to also factor in some of your expansion. Customer lifetime value, a quick ratio, average sales price. Looks like our demo data is not coming through with all this, but yours should look great. And then net cash flow and trial to paid conversion rate. So if that all looks good, go ahead and build this. Next thing I want to go through is how you might change any of these blocks. So everything in Malartu out the gate is totally editable with no code, no technical expertise required. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit a keyboard shortcut Shift-E to bring this into edit mode. And I'm going to edit a few of these blocks just to show you what I'm talking about. So a good example might be subscribers is now viewed as a number, but I want to change this because I'm interested to see how this has grown over time. So from a number, I'm going to go to a bar chart. We're looking at day, yesterday, but I want to see how this has changed over the last 30 days. It looks like I've got a metric label here, so I'm going to turn this off. So this demo account, pretty stagnant. Yours should have a lot more changes in your case. So moving on from here, maybe I want to look at this on a weekly basis instead of daily. There you go. That looks a little bit cleaner. And then lastly, I'm going to build this out a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. And then I'm not loving the way this is looking, so I'm going to bring this down. And there we go. That looks a little better. Bring this up here, move this over. All right, we got a nice little board going here. So that's how you can change anything on this board. Just make it your own, make it look exactly how you want it. Next step, what we're going to do is actually add data in here. So I'm going to go back to editing this block, and you'll see at the top here, you've got your metric picker. For data source, I'm going to stay in Stripe for now, and we'll look at, we got subscribers on a plan, paying, trialing. So I'm going to add all these sections instead of just a subscriber. So now I can see how those compare. So this might not be meaningful to you, but it is in the case of this demo account. So find out what's meaningful to you, drill down, drill out, check out what we got going on here. A lot of helpful things. So that's how you would add data to this block. And then lastly, I want to make a custom metric. So maybe I want to add a whole new block, and I'm going to look at how fast MRR has been growing over the last couple of months. So scroll down to the bottom here. I'm going to hit Shift-B, and that will bring out our block picker here. I'm going to hit add a table, get rid of my picker, make this a little bit bigger. And then now we're going to look at revenue growth. And actually more specifically, let's look at MRR growth. So my data picker, I'm going to go back here to custom metrics, add a new custom metric, and we're going to call this one MRR growth. So first I need to bring in MRR from Stripe. So I'm going to go by data source to Stripe, and then payments, successful amount. So we've got our MRR payments coming in. Now I'm going to hit it with that simple growth function. So I'm going to go to functions, simple growth rate, and that's all we need. So that's going to now measure our MRR growth. So add that to the block here. And looks like coming in at 0, this is going to be a percentage. So it looks like this demo account appears to be shrinking in growth. So in the start of it, I want to look at this. Let's see, year to date. Let's look at this weekly, and I'm going to make this a bar here. So there you go. So a little wild here, but this is obviously something a bit more meaningful. And one thing I want to point out is you can see if I'm hovering over, this is obviously rounding. So I'm going to add a few decimal places in here and get this to be more meaningful. 86, maybe even in some cases add a few more. All right, so I've got my growth chart in here. I can see how my revenue is growing or shrinking over time. Super helpful, what I was looking for. And that's about it. So if you have any questions about working with Stripe data or building out some of these no-code analytics, feel free to reach out to me by clicking on the link below in this description. And I look forward to talking to you.